Civil Rights Movements is an amazing show.
We the people, we the people, we the people. Oh.
Civil Rights Movements is an hour-long assembly focusing on student involvement in the American Civil Rights Movement, as seen through the eyes of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. A program by Hip Hop Fundamentals, the show uses dance, audience participation, and a variety of activities to explore the social conditions that gave rise to the movement, the heroic work necessary to end segregation, and the critical role that young people played in winning equal rights for millions of Americans.
What I like about this show is that I get to share something that is very meaningful and has had a deep impact on my life.
It's very, very active. It requires participation from the students in order to actually do the show. Like, we can't do it on our own. And through participating, they're able to be actively engaged in their own learning.
To me, that's like such a cool, fun way to talk about really difficult parts of history without belittling them, but making it in a way that very young people can understand what people power means. So what exactly happens in the Civil Rights Movement's show? Well, there's a ton of dancing. The kids are getting to see us dance. They're getting to come and participate on stage by learning dance routines with us. They're doing activities. There's a lot of theater. There's humor. Everybody's getting to laugh. Everybody's also at the same time learning historical facts. And throughout the show, kids are hearing actual quotes from Dr. King read by some of our youth. And they're also getting to hear his voice, because we use a lot of voice recordings from his speeches and from his letters. So it's a lot of activities and a lot of historical and fun stuff packed into an hour. We wanted to use this video to outline some of the many activities that we do in civil rights movements. We actually give a very clear definition of what racism is.
That word gets thrown around a lot, but what does it mean? What is racism? And we define it very clearly and very simply, but I think in a very powerful way.
Racism equals prejudice plus power.
We actually immediately engage in an activity that the students participate in that illustrates those terms and those words and the important concepts in that definition.
I come out and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna pick all the best, the coolest, the most awesome dancers in the school. And at that point, the kids have already seen breaking, so everybody's really hyped to volunteer to come up and dance, right?
How do you know that these are the best dancers in the school? I mean, they look cool, these guys look awesome, but how do you know they're the best dancers?
Look at them. Look this. You don't see this?
Do you know these kids?
Do I know them personally?
Yeah.
No, I don't know them. I mean, but look at them.
Wait,
they're the best.
So you don't know anything about them, but they're the best dancers in the school?
They're the awesomest, coolest, best dancers in the school. Because they're wearing blue shirts, right? And the kids laugh and it's funny and all that. But we use that to explain.
So Metal went through the crowd and he picked folks to come up here on stage based on what? The color of their shirt, right? Which is what? Black. That's right. Now, does the color of your shirt have anything to do with how good you are as a dancer, how good you are as a person?
No! Thank you everyone.
So Metal had a prejudice, but there was something else going on here too. Metal also had the power, because he had the power to choose which folks from the crowd could come up here and dance with us today, right? Now, if Metal's decision were based on skin color rather than shirt color, that would have been racism. So what do you say we overcome this prejudice, this shirt prejudice, and integrate the stage?
Yes! You bring up a ton more kids of all different shirt colors, and we do this lead-follow dance exercise. Ready? 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right like that. Spin. Boom. Nice. Give a round of applause for that.
That's what's really the most exciting to me, is that I get to continue to participate in civil rights, in teaching about our civil rights, in giving examples historically and in modern times of examples of people standing up for their rights against great adversity.
And it wasn't just adults who were doing this. It was everybody. In fact, students and young people played a really critical role in winning the civil rights movement, in bringing about change and in securing the rights that we all enjoy today. One of the tactics that people used back then was they went in and they sat in at lunch counters. It sounds easy, right? But back then, it was actually illegal for African Americans in Greensboro, North Carolina, to use the restaurants downtown. They went into those counters, they sat down, and they refused to move. The final activity really is about the importance of participation and the power of collective action.
I put on this t-shirt that says unjust laws, and I represent symbolically the unjust laws that Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement was trying to change, right? Segregation.
And we section the crowd, the students, into 3 different groups.
We split up the room into letter writers, and the letter writers are gonna write letters to their government, write letters to their congressmen.
You're writing into your politicians, your board of education, whoever it is that you're trying to reach out to help create change. So we have students go,
It's adorable.
Then we say this section of the audience is going to be our marchers.
So they start making the beat like marching, right? And we have others who are going to do boycotting. So any of the restaurants in these segregated communities, any of the public services like buses that are following these unjust laws of segregation, we're just not going to give them our business, right? So they make this beat by being like, no, no.
They effectively create change by making noise together. But it only works if they all work together. So you have the letter writer, and then you have the protesters with the, and then you have the boycotters.
No way. No way.
While all this is going on, Steve has a t-shirt on that says unjust laws.
So you put that together.
You guys keep going. If we can keep getting this solid message across together, we could change Steve's mind.
And if they're able to create a beat by working together, then Steve, the unjust laws, begins to move. And by working together, the students can actually move the system and change those unjust laws and change the system.
You have this great representation of hip-hop and the civil rights movement through sound, through active participation, and through theater.
In a nutshell, that's the show. And I feel like, I mean, you guys just see it. It's fun. It's like the most fun I've ever had. So those were a few of the many activities that we do on stage in the Civil Rights Movement show. If you'd like to learn more, please feel free to look at our lesson plan, which is available online, or you can contact us directly also to book a show.